Good afternoon, Professor Earl. So yeah, I'm back in my room. So obviously be the last video or podcast for the semester. And like always, got my trusty note card. This one kind of had three main topics or themes or whatever you want to call it that I took. So the first being, which the podcast I'm doing is from 2 weeks ago, so it's like the new data, like on American religiosity or something like that. But anyway, is the state of religion in America, which I want to talk mainly about, AI and the end of work, and then the education crisis going on, obviously. But the main thing I want to talk about is the state of religion in America. So as I was listening to this, I could only help but think like how important Christ is, not only obviously in our lives, but in schools. I think that if obviously at this university, it's a Christian university, so there's going to be Christian classes that kids are required to take, chapels that kids are required to take, all that kind of stuff. But I think that more Christian classes need to be available throughout different universities. I don't think it's probably be hard to put it in high schools just because they're public and that kind of stuff, and you're kind of forcing it on kids. But in college, I think it'd be a huge thing at all universities to allow a course like obviously I'm taking with you, just because it gives these kids, like we talked, like your friend had said, like there's people from different nations that come to these universities to play different types of sports that never heard of Christ, never been given a Bible, never had the opportunity to read the Bible. And I think it could be intriguing to some kids and could be passed along and bring in more children to him. And so that was kind of one of the big takeaways I took. That was the main thing I couldn't stop thinking about, is that pretty much that I believe that there needs to be more of these type of classes in non-Christian universities, where it gives kids opportunities to engage and to learn about Christ. Because like me, growing up, a lot of kids probably you knew who Christ was, I knew who Christ was, but I didn't always learn everything about him like I'm obviously doing in this class, which is really helpful for me and for my faith journey. So I think it gives kids another perspective, more personal perspectives, and more personal relationship with him. But yeah, so that's the main thing that I wanted to talk about. So I'll see you in class tomorrow. Have a good day.